Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gloves Off podcast. I'm Max Malec.
I'm Elle, McKenzie.
And today we have two very, very special guests who really don't need any introduction, but I'm going to give them one anyway. The man sitting to my left here, freshman forward by way of the Spokane Chiefs of the WHL, Mr. Shea Van Olm. And then right across from me, Columbus Blue Jackets 2025 first-round pick by way of the Rochester Americans of the WHL as well, Jackson Smith. Olmer, Smitty, boys, thank you so much for coming on the pod. How's your freshman year been this year?
What an intro.
That was quite the intro.
That was a really good intro.
It's been awesome. It's been a culture shock for me personally, being roommates with Smitty. We've talked about it a bit, just big American school, but yeah, it's been really cool.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. I've loved every bit of it from the second that I got down here. So, it's cool to be a part of what we're doing.
And you're coming off of a huge weekend. How would you describe the experience of playing in Beaver Stadium in front of 75,000 fans?
Yeah, it was special. For me personally, having my family come up, all my siblings, and to see Penn State band together was awesome. Can talk about it a bit too.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the coolest game I've ever been a part of, and probably the most fans I'll ever play in front of. So, I mean, being in that was a dream come true. We grew up in Canada where we playing on outdoor rinks, not actual games, but dreaming about that type of thing. So being able to do that was amazing.
If you could play like an outdoor game in any other location other than Beaver Stadium, what would you pick?
Where would I? I would. Where would I go?
We talked about this not too long ago. I said Lake Louise.
Okay.
That's what Luke said last week.
Yeah, Luke said that.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, because I listened to your guys' last podcast with Lev and Luke, but that would be cool. It'd be hard to get, fans, because there's, no stadium.
I don't know where they would put it, though, but that would be so cool, especially, close to the hometown for
I think,
you.
imagine, a rooftop
on,
a
that'd be
skyscraper.
That'd be sick.
That'd be kind of weird.
Nuts.
That would be insane. I know it was, a stressful, obviously, game for you guys, but did you ever take a moment to just look around oh wow, this is insane?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I remember first time we walked out for warm-ups, once I got halfway through the walk, I just took a quick 360 and got to look around. That was unbelievable, seeing that many people come and watching us play. It was sweet.
Yeah.
Same here. It was, I mean, just living it felt so quick when it was done. You don't realize you're in the moment till it's a memory sort of thing. It was
we're just done now.
It was wild.
And Olmer, you scored in that, and you had probably one of the sickest sellies I've ever seen. Can you take me through that moment?
Yeah, that was pure emotion. That was pure adrenaline. Obviously, to score in a game like that, pretty special for me personally. Losing was definitely a heartbreaker for all of us. Obviously, in college hockey, it's considered a tie, but overtime loss definitely sucks. Icing on the cake would have been a win, but yeah, the celebration was... I was screaming, and I just looked up at the crowd, saw the fireworks go off on the stadium, and that's a core memory for me, craziest moment of my life so far, if I'm being honest.
Such a cool goal for you to score, 4-3. We got the lead finally.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. The breakaway too. I remember being on the breakaway and just the anticipation. Everyone was kind of holding their breath, and to score on Shea Augustine too. He's a really good goalie. So.
Yeah, but that noise was something.
Yeah, the crowd pops were nuts for that game.
And then you see,
Finker's crowd pop, the first goal.
That
was because that was just our first experience of it.
Fireworks
the first
going off.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that until the third goal though.
I know.
And then I looked back and I saw the fireworks, and I'm oh my god.
Was it everything you guys were expecting it to be, or what were you guys expecting?
Oh, we were talking about it a ton in the room, what it was going to be out there. And I think, it was everything. I mean, the adrenaline that we got from walking out there the first time for warm-ups and then for the actual game when you went out there and that's when everybody was there. That was the coolest moment for me, and getting to see everybody and all the support we got from the fans was unbelievable.
No, it was incredible, honestly. But besides that, how's the rest of your season going? How are you guys enjoying the team and all of that?
It's been awesome so far. I mean, the first semester of classes went smooth. I think, obviously, Jackson being 18, I'm 21. I was out of school for quite some time. did some university classes in junior, but for me, getting back into the swing of things and getting back into a routine, I think, has been going pretty positively.
Yeah, I think the same for me. It's been like he said, the start a bit of a culture shock, coming. Even though both of us have been living in the U.S., I've been living there for 2 years. He's been living there for 1 before this year, but still, it's a different atmosphere at Penn State. You're just in a college town, but getting to know the campus and getting to know a lot of people, it's been amazing. So I'm just excited to see what lies ahead.
So obviously you two are roommates. How's that going? What's the dynamic like?
We're similar guys. We're similar
we're very
messiness.
close.
We're similar laundry time periods. We're similar. We like to have our room really cold. I think it's worked out great. We're from the same hometown. He's a little younger, so it's that dynamic can kind of be kind of fun, and he's a big guy too, so I can't beat down on him too much because he'll fight back, and he's a strong guy, so it's been awesome. I could have asked for a better roommate. I don't know what he'd say.
Yeah,
Maybe
no,
different story.
No,
I don't know.
no, it's been amazing. Like, actually, best guy I could have in a room with. Like, we're just so much the same that nothing bugs us. Like, we don't really, like, if we're fighting, it's like over something really dumb, and it's not actually that we're mad at each other. So it's been amazing to have him as my roommate. Now I consider him one of my best friends, and I've only known him for 6 months now. It's crazy
cool
to say.
And you're in that shoebox. I mean, you guys did the dorms, or you're in the dorms.
Yeah.
Now.
I don't have a roommate. I got my own room, my own bathroom. It's the
still
best.
small though.
That's sick.
Still small.
Still small though. Yeah, close quarters.
We were talking to Lev and Luke about this last week, but they were telling us about the freshman sleepovers. Do you guys take part in that? You move your beds across.
We listen to the podcast. No, we don't. We do not take part in that.
I didn't even know
just
they
the
did.
Lev thing.
I didn't even know Lev did. I mean, I wouldn't pick up my bed and take it.
Yeah, that's nuts out of him. But I mean,
we'll hang out and then
we've slept at I've slept at Gav's a couple times.
Yeah, at the hockey house.
Hockey house a couple times. You're too lazy to go home or something.
It's already a sleepover every night.
It's actually sleepover. It's so sick. You get to have a sleepover every night with your best friend.
We do have a lot of fun with the other guys in Curtin Hall though. It's Lev and Nolan are just under us, and then Luke and Flem are just above. So
so Lev took his bed from 2 floors below up.
That's what he claims. Yeah.
Wow. That is
That's
commitment
insane.
right there.
I don't know if he did that
I could not get
elevator
over
stairs.
that when he. That's
sounds
so
really
funny.
dumb, but
Just what I
Classic.
expect out of Lev.
Classic.
We're gonna come back a little bit to Penn State and all of that, but we want to circle back to the beginning of both of your hockey careers.
Awesome.
Do you mind just walking us through how you both started playing hockey, what that looked like in Calgary and stuff?
Yeah, I started at a young age. My older brother played, and he taught me how to skate. And both my parents, neither of them played hockey growing up or came from any hockey background. So it was pretty new in our household. I think new for my dad. He would build us an outdoor rink. I don't know how good it probably was, but I think it worked. And just grew up playing the community team in Calgary, and then I moved to Montreal. Played there for 5 or 6 years, and then ended up moving back for Pee-wees and Bantams into junior in Alberta.
Yeah, for me it was my parents had kind of grown up a bit more in a hockey background. My mom, her brother, so my uncle played junior hockey in Calgary, was a good player, and then my dad he won a Memorial Cup in the WHL where I played, but in Swift Current. So I kind of grew up, and my mom also figure skated, so that kind of grew up in just a full ice hockey
Ice
family.
balls.
So my older brother played before me, and I started skating I live close to this club downtown in Calgary, and lucky enough to be a member there and get to go skate there. So when I was younger, my grandpa would always take me skating, and my dad would be out there, and then I grew up, and my dad coached me as well through just the community team, and then I moved into Edge School in the CSSHL, which was really fun. I loved it there, and then played juniors for 2 years, and now I'm here.
Awesome.
Were any sports other than hockey a part of the equation, or was it always just hockey?
I was very multi-sport as a kid. didn't end up playing hockey year-round until I was about 14 or 15. I actually remember choosing, like, between soccer and hockey. I think I was, like, 9 or 10, and I was in a high level in both sports. So there was, like, a winter soccer team that I wanted to play on, but my dad was like, if you do the winter soccer, you can't play hockey.
Right.
So that was a big turning point, and I ended up going with hockey. Thank God. But yeah, for sure.
You could've been the
I mean,
next
even
Ronaldo.
still, like multi-sport, playing everything. I mean, I recommend it to kids all the time. Don't just skate all the time. It's so hard on your hips and knees and stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's the same for you.
Yeah, same for me. Like my parents, like, of course, like, we grew up playing hockey, but I did every sport. Like, I was in gymnastics when I was younger, like crazy
Really?
sports, and then
Wow.
we were me and my older brother and my younger brother a little bit, but me and my older brother were always in swim club, and I ended up being a really good swimmer as well. Like, I was never really gonna take that on, but I was actually better at swimming than I was at hockey. But I quit that around the age of 12 because that's when hockey kind of got there. And then if I wanted to take on swimming, swimming got way more intense. Like, you were doing 2-a-days. So, yeah, I grew up playing everything, and I think, you know, it only helps you. I think when you just are only skating, you only have one skill. It's just, I feel
It's
like
fun,
away
too.
from the rink, you kind of have your other your other life, and I think that's a really big piece of hockey too, is having your life away from the rink.
I love that.
And both of you played prep school in Canada.
Yeah.
Like, we've had guys on the pod before who played prep in the United States, but for those who aren't familiar with the prep scene in Canada, what's that like?
It's a little different than the U.S., but I know for our situation, we're like the opposite schools. I went to a public school that had a hockey program, and he went to a private school that had the rink at the school, and it was more of an American scene type of school, I would say, the Edge School.
Yeah.
I was at Northern Alberta Extreme for a couple months during COVID, but to be honest, for me, I wasn't into prep schools until right before junior, just because of COVID. I was always just playing like my hometown Northwest Flames and community team.
Yeah, I think he was right on point with that. Like, I still got to live at home. I know some people came in and moved to Calgary for the Edge, but yeah, you kind of go out there and then you're in school and you got the hockey rink right there. It kind of did feel a bit more. Now, being in America for a couple of years, it did feel a bit more American because before I was always in public school, and that switched to the private school life, and having that for a couple of years was definitely a bit of a culture change, but it was amazing. I can't thank Edge enough for what they did for me, and got me through high school a little bit when I went to juniors, and definitely helped me.
Yeah.
When did you guys realize that you wanted to take hockey as far as you have today?
Yeah, I think for me it was probably Bantam AAA. That's the draft year in Western Canada, and I remember when I kind of started to realize that scouts were coming to my games and scouts were watching me, and there was the talks of a draft. Like, I was so naive, and my parents had no, it was the first time we were all going through it, and I didn't have an advisor or anything. So that, I would say, once I started hearing about this Bantam draft thing, and oh my gosh, I could be drafted, and then when I was drafted, that's, I think, when I was I was just excited about the future, I think.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit the same for me. I think my second year Pee-wee, so the year before that, I felt that I was, my confident self thought that I was pretty good. So then the next year after, I was playing with the Royals, but it was that COVID year, so I only got 5 games. So even that year, I knew I was pretty good, and I kind of thought, I knew about the Bantam draft, and I was like, I know that I could be drafted decently high, but I never thought after going into my second year, that Bantam year, that I just ended up having a really good year, and I think went a lot higher than people thought I was going to go, especially at the start of the year. So Yeah, no, it was pretty cool, but I think at that time it was when it's like real, like you could do something really cool with this.
And both of you ended up in the WHL. And I think Elle informed me right before we hit the record button, you guys even showed up. I think you guys played against each other. Do you have any memories of when you played against each other?
Played
Or
against each
did
other
you
a bunch.
interact at all during those times?
Oh yeah,
And we played.
we're rivals.
Yeah, it's a rival. Like that's
Big
one of the biggest
rivalry.
rivalries in the
Battle of
WHL.
Washington, Spokane, Tri-Cities is.
It's a sick rivalry.
And before we were there, I would say it was even
It was bigger.
hotter and more of a intense with like line brawls and fights and stuff like that. But no, we had some. I remember home opener. I scored on Smitty, kind of like dove around the net. He had a big night in Spokane. I remember. What'd you have, like 4 or 5 points one night in Spokane?
Yeah, I think it was
Wow.
four.
I think the game
2
was like
plus 2.
8-7.
Well, that
Like,
was
it was like
9-6.
or 9-6,
They went up like
like, it was a
6-0 after the
crazy
first
game.
period, and we're like, oh my god! Like our coach comes in, it's like, we go back out there, we like 6-3 at the end. We're like, maybe we have a chance, and then it just ended up being like a 9-6. Just
Wow.
Well, and he always
Here.
says that Spoke was his favorite road rink.
always like that, especially being from Tri-Cities. Like when we go there, we always get to play in the cool games against them because
Yeah, special nights.
special nights, and even when it wasn't a special night, especially Spokane, they hold about
Yeah.
10,000, 12,000. They would
Sell it out.
get pretty sold out there, and it would be really loud. And even
They'd
in
have shirts in the shop that said like "Beat Tri-Cities."
yeah,
and,
beat Tri-Cities. Like it was a big rivalry. Like
Big
we had the same
rivalry.
stuff about that, and then even when we were in Tri-Cities, we don't hold as many, but you know, fans there are really
Yeah.
passionate, and especially against
when
Spokane.
Spoke came
they-
into town. Yeah.
yeah, it's a huge rivalry. So playing in the dub was awesome, especially playing against this guy. I mean, everybody's seen the year he had last year. It sucked whenever he scored. Didn't get as many scoring chances as him, but yeah.
So did you guys like know each other personally, or were you just kind of like on rival teams, or did you have any like personal stories of one another?
I always knew of Smitty, just being from Calgary, being younger than me. I have a lot of my best friends back home went to the Edge, and those guys were on the midget AAA team while Smitty was going through the Bantam draft, and he was picked really high and stuff. So I just knew about Smitty just because he was elite and just like a really good player coming from Calgary. And I was in the dub for a couple of years, like before even Smitty was in the dub, and then when I got traded to Spoke, that would be the first time we played against each other and stuff.
Yeah, no, I knew about him too. I think maybe a little bit later once I started kind of looking into the WHL. Of course, like when I'm young, I'm not really like sure about many people. But once I got older, I started following the WHL. I saw him, and I knew who he was. And then of course
All the Calgary guys.
all the Calgary guys kind of just like
If you're from the same hometown,
If you're playing like
playing in
WHL
junior,
high
yeah.
level hockey at a certain age,
Kinda
everybody in
goes without
Calgary ends up
saying.
knowing each other.
Like you kind of just say, even if you don't know a guy, you'll say hi to him. And
Right.
It's just kind of like acquaintances can, and hockey's such a small world. Like you guys probably are realizing that now too. Everyone knows each other, and yeah, it's awesome.
Mhm.
And a lot of hockey in Calgary. A lot of
Yeah.
hockey players in Calgary.
Yeah.
And
I
you
would-
mentioned, Omer, your trade when you were in juniors. You went
Yeah.
from a Canadian WHL team to an
Yeah.
American WHL team. What was that shift in culture like, and how do you think it best prepared you for your time here?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I was on the 2 Canadian teams, Edmonton Oilers Kings and the Kamloops Blazers. 2 great organizations that I had, a lot of special times with both of them. And then what I just thought was different in Spokane, I think the fans and their knowledge of hockey, I think was just a little lower. I think in Canada, everyone's so, it's like a religion.
Right.
And everyone grows up playing hockey. Everyone knows the rules. Everyone knows how it works and who's good and who's not. But then when you go to the States, it's more of a show. Like the fans want to see fights. They want to see hits. They want to
That's what
see
makes them get
goals.
loud, yeah.
They got chants. Like Spokane had cool chants like the Roar Zone.
Seattle had
Nothing like the Roar Zone, but
Yeah.
kind of similar.
It's similar, but not as
not
loud
as crazy.
and
Yeah,
like
nothing compares to college
no.
crowds.
But Seattle's probably the closest. I would
Seattle
say.
Thunderbirds
Small
probably the
barn, but
closest, yeah.
holy.
But yeah, getting traded is a crazy feeling. Being traded twice, it's you get a call, you're moving.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a very, very different. I remember trade deadline day when I was traded to Spokane. I sort of knew, but my first trade from Edmonton to Kamloops was we were on a road trip in Regina. I had no idea. It was 3 a.m. Get a call. Like, you got a flight in 6 hours.
Oh my.
You're
Wow.
going to move to Kamloops. Like, I'm like, what? All my stuff's in Edmonton. I
Yeah.
had to, like, say goodbye to all my best friends on the team. Just new team. Next night, new billet family, new city. And that's
Wow.
it's that quick and it's that harsh of a business. And I was 17. I mean, I was in grade 12. Had to leave my school, everything.
That is really crazy.
Just like that, and you're gone.
You both decided to go to the WHL, obviously. Was like going the NCAA route ever on your radar? Like, did you ever think before the rule change that you would be in college?
Yeah, for me, it definitely was, honestly. That draft year, my parents were big on it, especially my mom really wanted me to come to college. So I went to Boston, actually, and I went to UMass in BC. Went and watched a BU game too. Like, went there, and it was amazing, and that it made me think like I wanted to go to college, especially right after emotions are high after seeing how cool the facilities are there and all that. Especially I was only at 14, I think, but then as it got closer, just seeing the draft rankings and seeing your name high, it's definitely influenced me a bit to stick with the WHL, and I thought that I could get to the NHL quicker by just going straight to the dub, and that's ultimately everybody's goal. But now the fact that I could play 2 years of really good hockey in the WHL, then come and even play even better hockey and still have that same goal to make the NHL, it ended up working amazing for me.
Yeah, for me it was, like I said, I was pretty naive to everything, just not having a bunch of knowledge in the hockey world and just learning through kind of myself and my own experiences. But similar to Jackson, I think it's hard to say no. I think you're like a young kid, and the WHL is a really cool league with, you're treated like kind of a rock star as a kid. And for us being from Canada, I know for me personally, you go to WHL games when you're a kid and you really think it's really cool. And college, especially in the U.S., isn't, for me personally, I know somebody just talked about I was on his radar, but for me it wasn't really on my radar. I was just sort of like, I want to play in the dub, and that was it. And then when I made
really
that
cool to play in the dub.
Yeah, and then when that was my decision, I was happy with it. And for 5 years in the dub later, for the rule to change is crazy.
Yeah.
I guess I never thought, like, in a million years that would ever happen.
So both of you ended up in this place, but when did your college recruitment start kind of to pick up, and when did you realize, well, first, when did Penn State come calling, and when did you realize it was the place for you?
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the first, I think I was the third player in history to commit from the CHL to the NCAA. First Penn State commit from the CHL. And yeah, it was pretty quick for me. I was turning 21 in March, so for the listeners, I don't know if you know, but once you turn 21 as a collegiate athlete, your clock kind of starts, so you have to be enrolled in classes, and I wanted to make my decision of where I'm going just so I could kind of work hand in hand with our academic advisor, who's Neil, and go through that process with him. So yeah, Penn State reached out. They were one of the first teams when the rule changed to reach out. Went through the process with a bunch of teams and had them in the mix, and went through, team after team, eliminating, and at the end Penn State was in my top 3 and had some great talks with all the staff and ultimately chose Penn State, and really still am really happy with my decision.
Yeah. I was a little bit different. I still didn't think I was coming to college, like, especially as a 17-year-old. Like, I was young. I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough to play at the college level. Like you got 24-year-olds now. Like, that's another 4 years of age between me. I'm like, am I ready for that? I was always thinking I was going to go back for one more year and then make my way to the college route. But as I was talking to like more people back home, and I didn't watch much college hockey, so I didn't really know too much. But asking other people and my advisors and my workout guy and all that, and they were like, you could play this year. And Penn State reached out first. They were the first team to reach out to me as I was playing in April, as I was playing at the U18 World Championships. And then I Zoom call with them, and it was amazing. And then I called a couple other teams, but nothing was like the call that I had with Penn State.
Yeah, same here.
Like, it was like my dad even, like, he doesn't really get influenced too. Like, he tries to take things in and, like, you know, not like just go for what he sees. But seeing that Zoom call, he was like, this seems special. So yeah, it's an honor to be here, and I've loved the decision, and I am so happy that I came here.
So you both obviously just told us you were rivals. When did you realize that you had to become friends, and when did you guys become friends when you both committed to Penn State?
He was actually always pretty nice to me. I mean, he's kind of if you've seen the way he plays, especially last year, he's a gritty guy. Like, he fought our toughest guy, which at the time he was the toughest guy in the league. Like, you know, he's like that, but he was always kind of nice to me. He would always, you know, say what's up, Smitty.
I'm always nice to the Calgary guys.
Yeah, he is.
It's a Calgary connection. I think when I committed, obviously Smitty wasn't committed, and we were still playing against each other. And I don't know if was my decision coming here and your decision making or no.
This guy, no.
No, we didn't really know each other. It was after he committed is when I think I reached out and was like, "What's your snap?" And we started snapping and hanging out in the summer. Started golfing. Started golfing together, and Gavin too was living in Calgary at the time, and Finker too, and
skating all together.
Yeah,
we had a couple skates together. It was,
Penn State skates in Calgary.
It was
kind of fun.
It was a good time.
And then a bunch of the guys came down for the Stampede, like Dane and DeMarsico, Fascia, Christensen.
Had a good time down there.
You and Aiden go way back a little bit. Did he have any influence in your decision?
Oh, yeah. For me, it was like Finker was like, you're making a huge mistake if you don't come to Penn State. So I'm like, guilty. No, I'm kidding. He was awesome, and I really trust Finker, one of my best friends in the world. You know, we've always been really loyal to each other, played on so many teams growing up together. You know, for I think like 6 years straight, like we were teammates.
He showed me photos
like
of him for a while.
Every year we're teammates. And like we were talking about before, he chose to go to college when we were like 14, and he was like, I'm going to go to Brooks, I'm going to play in the AJHL, I'm going to go to Penn State. And that's sort of when I was like, I'm just going to go to the WHL. And for it to come full circle is crazy. And I remember calling him right when the rule changed, and he was huge advocate for me. And it's also nice to know that a friend of yours talking highly about you. Like, I know for a fact the coaches would have talked to Aiden and been like, what's Shea like? Like, what type of kid is he? And to know that Finker was speaking highly of me, like, I'll never take that for granted. You know,
unbelievable
awesome
guy.
Like, down to earth, great kid.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's so sweet. You both kind of touched on your conversations with the coaches that made you come to Penn State in the first place, but what exactly was it about Penn State that drew you here in the first place?
Yeah, I think for me, like, there was the way that they, especially on the call, like, they wanted, I'm a pretty offensive defenseman. They wanted to develop my defensive side of the game but not take away anything from my offensive side, and that was a big thing for me. Whatever team I was going to was a lot based off of if they were going to kind of still let me do my thing while trying to develop the other side of my game. Like, I didn't want to be shut down as a player. So, yeah, I think that was a big piece, but just how we play here and the culture that we have here. Like, when I came down on my visit, Didi and Fordo took the time out of their day to come drive down and be with me and show me around, like, away from the coaches, like, how that is. And it was an amazing trip. And Mac was here as well. So, yeah, I think just the time that they put into me and how much love that they showed me and still do. I'm super grateful for it.
So, Jackson, I want to talk about this for a second. Obviously, last year you were drafted to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Do you mind just walking us through that moment? Like, were you expecting that? How did you feel?
Yeah, it was just insane. That whole day was awesome. Like, wake up and you had a couple interviews that you got to do, and then after that, I just got to chill with my family. Like, 2 hours before we had to go to the draft, me and my family, I had a bunch of friends and family there. We went to the pool, like, tried to relax. It was hard to, but we tried to do that. And then you're getting ready with your boys. Like, me and my boys were in one hotel room. The parents were in the other. And I was like getting dressed. It was unbelievable. Then we get there, and then it really gets real. And I'm just sitting there with my family. I'm just ready to go. I'm like, this is happening. Like, hopefully, but I was pretty sure it was. And then you see picks start going, and you start to get really nervous. Especially, I thought I was gonna be higher, and I know like a lot of rankings. You see the rankings, of course, you should never look at them, but you see those, and you're thinking that you're going to go pretty high, and then when you start to fall, you start to get pretty nervous. But I didn't really talk to Columbus too much throughout the year either. Like I only talked to them one time, and that was at the combine, and I was like, hey, they're not really interested. Like they have a lot of really good left-handed D-men on the team, all that, and they drafted me, especially being Meredith Goudreau. Shout out Meredith, she was amazing. Being from Calgary, watching Johnny play was awesome.
Yeah.
So having that full circle moment there was awesome too. So it was just all around an amazing experience. Then after getting to see my family, getting to see all the people that showed up for me and everybody that's got me that moment was really crazy and a lot to take in. So it was awesome.
And earlier this year, we talked to Charlie about it. He went through a very similar process to you. And it seems like after you get drafted, you're on a plane going to whatever city, and you're already there for prospect camp. Was there a moment in prospect camp, whether it was somebody you met or just the whole process, where it was like, wow, I made it?
Yeah, I think when I met probably Rick Nash, he was there, and he called me at the draft, and that was pretty cool. And I had like Zach Rensky call me. I had Adam Fantilli call me. Like it was crazy. So getting there and then actually meeting Rick Nash was like, wow, like this guy owned this organization. Like he was so good, and I grew up watching him and being here, like being a first round pick, and he's like coming up to you, and you're an important piece of a puzzle for them in a building puzzle. So I think that was probably the moment where I was like, this is so cool that I get to be here and get to experience this. And, every kid dreams about it. And honestly, when I grew up, I looked at it and I was like, I didn't even know this was possible until I got there. So, yeah, it was really cool.
And you said that Adam Fantilli called you, him being a Michigan guy. Did you guys talk a little smack about Penn State, Michigan, or was that kind of on the back burner?
No, I did not talk anything. I don't think it was only one phone call. I don't think I was going to start beefing to him about Michigan right off the bat there, especially being Adam Fantilli. I don't think I would do that right then. Maybe, hopefully in the future, hopefully we come close enough so we can maybe talk a little bit about that.
You seem really excited, like talking about it. I love that. Like that's so exciting. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
It really is.
You have like
really
a big
cool.
smile on your face when you talk about it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's gonna be really fun.
Good. I love that. We can turn this to Shea a little bit because we just singled out Jackson. But Shea, you had a pretty remarkable career in the W.
The dub.
Point-wise and just in general, your teams that you were on always seemed to make it to the championship and all of that. How was your experience? Like, walk us through it. Take us through how everything was.
It was really special. I was extremely lucky and fortunate to go through what I went through in junior. I was drafted by a team. The Oil Kings at the time were the best team in the CHL. And to make that team at 16 in the COVID bubble, we won the COVID bubble, which was sort of a consolation prize. I thought that team probably would have won rings and would have won the league if COVID hadn't shut down the year. But and then the next year in Edmonton, we did win the whole thing and went to the Memorial Cup and lost. Year after that was then traded to Kamloops, who was hosting the Memorial Cup. So I got to play back-to-back Memorial Cups and got to host one, which was like an unforgettable experience. Being the home team and hosting a tournament that big was awesome. And we did the whiteout and stuff. Like Kamloops, that was really, really cool. Once again, heartbreak, lost in the Mem Cup again, which sucked. And then, I went with Spokane to the finals, lost to Gavin, and had sort of a breakout season there. But yeah, the dub for me was really cool. I just to start at 16, and every year my role changed and my maturity changed, and I got better every year. And to think of me being 16, like fighting to stay in the lineup, getting scratched, and then at 20 to lead the league in goals, and was pretty cool.
That's awesome. You just kind of touched on it, but obviously your team unfortunately lost to Gavin's. But
Yeah.
does he ever bring it up to you? Is it
Yeah.
like a funny thing that you
he
guys
does.
have?
He'll rub it in a bit.
Oh, yeah.
They lost in the Mem Cup too, so neither of us have that. Thank God. That,
Yeah.
that would have been. I would have really heard from it if they won that. But yeah, that was tough. I mean, they were a great team. Medicine Hat. That was a great series. It was really fun to be a part of. Funny enough, Gavin told me in the handshake line, I was bawling my eyes out, like season career just ended. I was already committed to Penn State, so I had a plan for this coming year, and Gavin had told nobody where he was going, and I had no idea. And I just shook his hand and said, "Hey, congrats! Like, you're a hell of a player, and it was awesome to compete against you." And he pulled me in close, and he was like, "I'm gonna come play with you next year."
That's
Aw.
And I was like, "What?" And
That's awesome.
3 months later, he announced it, but I knew it was like the hardest secret to keep
Yeah.
ever. But yeah, that was kind of a crazy story.
That's awesome. It's definitely better to be playing with him than against him,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
exactly. Exactly. It's hard chasing him around.
That's so funny. I want to switch gears just a little bit we talked about Penn State, but we wanted to do some funny questions with you
Awesome.
guys being roommates especially.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. We have a lot written down, but we
Sounds
won't
good.
do all of them.
Thanks to ChatGPT.
Yeah, shout out chat for these. So what is one weird habit that the other one has?
Gonna have to
Weird
think.
habit.
Weird habit.
Something weird. You guys live together.
That's a weird habit. We're like so alike that it's hard to think of anything
Trying
that's
to
weird.
think. I don't know. We actually have a lot of similar habits. Like, I'm a guy, like, I'll put music on when I'm getting dressed, and he does the same thing. Some people might think that's weird. I don't know.
Nothing like crazy. I
Weird
bet there is
habit.
some stuff that we do that people would think is weird.
Yeah, maybe some stuff together.
No, honestly, I don't even know. That's like a tough one because we do so much alike. Like, he likes to get the same drink every single day from the market before
Big iced
before
tea, yeah.
bed.
Iced
Sweet
tea, yeah.
iced tea, yeah.
Okay, that's
But he got
definitely
me
a good
on it.
one.
It's good. Yeah, he likes to do that. So that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything? about
I got
Jax?
nothing.
I'm just not
Okay.
weird. Just keep
He's just so
classy.
normal.
Yeah.
and-
I'm
Classy
just too
guy.
normal.
Yeah,
Wow.
so normal.
If you had to switch lives with the other guy for 24 hours, what's the first thing you're doing?
Wow. Maybe throw away his, like, blue light glasses.
What do you
Ooh.
mean, bro?
I'm kidding.
That's nuts.
No, I'm kidding.
They look
I don't
good.
know. Tall? Maybe try to go dunk.
Okay.
Somebody's like 6'3", maybe go to the
6'4".
IM. try to-
I'd probably do the same thing
6'4".
if I was him.
Yeah. Try to
Yeah.
go dunk a basketball, maybe.
Yeah, for Ulmer,
I don't
like
know.
I don't know what I would do to this guy. Probably,
Yeah, what would you do?
I'd take a shower or something. Greasy.
Take a shower.
Which one of you thinks you're funnier than you actually are?
Ulmer.
I laugh at my own
funniest,
jokes.
but it's like like he makes it funny by laughing at his
Yeah.
own jokes and the way that he tells
I
stories.
like to think I'm pretty funny.
Like sometimes his stories are not funny at all, but the way he tells it makes it funny. But he thinks he's the funniest guy in the room at
Yeah.
all times.
I understand that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
What's something the other guy takes way too seriously that they probably shouldn't take so seriously?
doom scrolling.
Bro,
You,
what?
this guy in doom scrolling,
doom
he won't stop. He won't stop.
Oh
like
yeah, I'm pretty bad.
He'll have like no headphones in. Be like Jackson, not answering, just scrolling.
Yeah, sometimes especially like laying
Same with
down in my
me,
dorm.
though.
But he does it like he's smart about it. He does it when we're at our dorm.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm just sitting around like with the boys, and then I like nobody
We're
talks to
playing
me for like
cards
a
and
couple
he'll just
minutes.
be
I'm just like
scrolling.
pick up my phone and just start scrolling. Like that's bad. He doesn't take much.
Ping pong.
That they
maybe?
try too
Yeah,
hard in.
He
anything?
tries. Yeah, he does try way too hard in ping pong. Or he tries to be flashy.
Yeah, Flash.
Thinks he's Federer or whatever.
If Shea's gonna become famous for one thing, what would it be?
He could start like let's say non-NHL player.
Okay.
Hopefully NHL player. If he's
Okay.
not
Yeah,
an
not
NHL
hockey,
player,
not
Okay.
hockey.
he's definitely gonna be part of or start up a podcast or something like this. Ulmer loves to talk, I feel like.
Yeah.
Especially with Spittin' Chicklets. Shout out Spittin' Chicklets. And here, I see him being kind of like that, where he's, he loves to talk and loves to have a good time and can kind of connect with people really quick. So I think that's something that Ulmer would do.
Thank you.
That's so nice.
Pretty nice.
Yeah,
I'll take
nice
that.
Guy, nice guy.
That's my major too.
Yeah.
So.
What about you, Shea? For Jackson?
Something famous and that's not hockey.
Modeling?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm
Self-proclaimed. Pro sleeper, maybe? No, I'm
Bro,
kidding.
what? That's just today.
Model's actually a good one. You're tall, pretty handsome guy.
You
I could
lose
see
some
you
face
walking.
fat.
Yeah, lose some of the muscle, lose some of the fat.
I got no muscle. Yeah, thank you.
Maybe
I think I could be a YouTuber.
maybe an actor. Like I could see you acting.
YouTuber.
I could see you in there.
I think
that
he
would
could
be
be
nice,
I feel like he could be like a TikToker.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
Like influencer,
star
social
on
media.
some-
Oh, like you on the
TikTok.
football videos this week?
Yeah.
Fantastic. That was so much fun to watch.
Good acting.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Maybe The Bachelor.
Just all of it.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Reality TV star.
Yeah.
Just something with
Just get a
Social
camera in
media.
his face.
What's one skill that that the other person thinks they has but they really don't?
Ooh.
a skill that you
Singing. Both of us.
We're in the room, we're thinking
We're
we're
always
nasty
singing
at
and
singing.
we think we're good, but
It's
we're not.
horrible. Just like let the guy sing.
What would be your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, good question. Well, we did karaoke this year. The freshmen had to do it, and I sang "Heartache on the Dance Floor."
Mine was before he cheats.
Mm.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
It was a good one. I mean,
You
easy
guys
to
killed
sing.
your Hips Don't Lie dance. by the
Oh,
way.
thank you.
yeah.
The lip syncing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
worked
think we
out
were
pretty
pretty
good.
dialed.
we
Hey,
didn't even podium though.
No, it was kind of disappointing. I
Yeah.
thought maybe we
Got outfits too.
I have
got
a
a
question.
outfit
Where did we get those leather pants from?
Walmart.
Women's section.
Wow.
Section Walmart.
Wow.
It was tough to find all the sizes. Like, I was in some tight ones.
Yeah.
The fans really needed to know that answer.
Yeah.
So thank you. Wow. Loved the commitment to that.
It was fun.
Super fun.
Who takes longer to get ready?
Smitty, I'd say.
Like if we're sometimes
pretty
this
even.
guy takes, but it's not like we're getting ready. But sometimes this guy takes the randomest hour
Yeah.
shower, just like, and he's just like standing there like listening to music, doing nothing for like an hour. But on a normal day, I probably take a bit longer.
What are you guys? I mean, you just said standing in the shower, but what are you guys actually doing that takes you so long to get ready? Fixing your hair, picking out an outfit. Like, what are you doing?
I'm bad with the outfits. I'll try a couple on. Smitty, I'd say hair. He does like the face routine with like moisturizers and stuff. Yeah,
I stay hygienic. Yeah.
Oh,
Got my body lotion and
yeah.
everything.
He's got his routine.
I got my
I'm more of a shower, put on deodorant, a couple sprays of cologne, good to go.
I got, like full
Meat and
gig.
potatoes.
Meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Yeah.
If you could compete in the Olympics in a sport that's not hockey, what would it be?
Ooh. I used to love to ski moguls, so maybe moguls.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite sport other than hockey is golf, so I'd like to say golf. But it
Golfing,
would be
yeah.
pretty cool to be a swimmer in there like that. Swimming's a tough sport,
Swimming's tough.
but I mean that would be pretty cool to say that I could do swimming too.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay, final fun question. 'cause
Final
we're,
fun question.
At a lot of
Okay.
time. Which one of you is better at Fortnite?
Oh, Smitty. Yeah.
Smitty?
But
Shea
I
doesn't
play
take
more.
part.
Honestly, I was I don't get the building. Like I always grew up playing COD and like Battlefront and Battlefield and stuff. So like I don't know. I think I have like better aim and shooting, but his building, like I can't build.
I'm not the
So-
great, like I'm not like that good, but I can build a bit.
You can build better.
I can build better. Also play more than him too.
Yeah.
Like me and Gav and Lev, especially, like we play a lot.
I'm in there sometimes.
He gets in there, but
get
he just
in there.
doesn't play as much as us. But yeah, Olms could use some work on his Fortnite game.
This is a question that we implemented last episode. It's some would say controversial. If you were more athletic, what sport would you play?
Ooh. Like long distance, like I can't. I'm not that good at cardio. So like long distance running, maybe.
That's horrible.
You're not that good at cardio and you're a
Wait,
hockey player?
He said if you were more athletic.
I would 110% be an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
Like,
NFL,
what are we talking
yeah,
about?
True.
Like, you're
NFL's
actually the
most
guy.
money, yeah.
You're the guy.
What team
Most
would you
money.
play for?
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay.
Let's go Pack. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I'm new to football.
100%. Me and Aaron Rodgers will be boys.
That's a
He
good.
doesn't play for the Packers.
That's a good answer.
Used to.
Well,
But
yeah.
he's like the guy.
oh,
He's like
for
the guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was the guy, but now me and Micah,
Yeah, how was meeting
Yeah, how
him?
was that?
that
I
was
forgot about
unbelievable.
that.
You're a
I signed his
Packers fan.
jersey.
Abdul Carter.
Really?
Didn't even believe that. Abdul Carter, yeah, but yeah. Micah Parsons is sick, though.
Micah Parsons was
Like, that
awesome.
was crazy.
He was super nice too, and he gave an awesome speech for us. And after we won, like, did you guys see the
Oh.
video?
Yeah.
Like, with the hammer and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, just to, like, once again, like, school pride. Like, he didn't have
Yeah.
to do that at all, but just seeing like a former alumni support us was pretty cool. And for
and how
it to be
juiced up he
him,
was too. Like, like he was
Famous
fired
athlete.
up for us. Famous athlete. Like, came into the room, was super good with all of us too.
Yeah.
Like, so nice. Like, didn't think he was too cool to be there. Like, he took in every moment, and it was pretty electric for us. And before the game, like, we
gotta
we
wait
don't
for
lose
this
in
guy.
front of
Yeah.
Mike Parsons.
We gotta wait for this guy. He came, drove down.
We cannot lose in front of
That's
this guy.
awesome.
And it was funny when they put him on the big screen. It was like cheering, but then it was
Then it was
booing,
booing.
then
Yeah.
it was cheering
It's
because
like-
everyone likes the Packers in Wisconsin.
Yeah, but
But he's wearing a Penn
but
State
he's- but
jersey.
he's
Yeah.
Penn State, so it's like,
So,
what? It's
That's
awesome.
That's so funny. Yeah, that was awesome that he was there. I knew you were like a Packers fan,
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's so
Yeah, that's
cool.
pretty
So fun.
We learned last week also that Luke knows how to play the guitar. Do you guys have any fun skills like that?
I'm bilingual. Can speak
Awesome.
French.
Awesome.
Trying to think. No, I don't know any instruments.
No,
I wouldn't say he can play the guitar.
Yeah, he can. He genuinely can. Like, he plays like a few like, he's not like he's just like strumming it, but he can play a few songs. Like, it's pretty impressive. They learned it on his own too.
True.
Like,
Self-taught.
Yeah,
A little
I
harder.
can't do.
Yeah.
I
I
can't
took
do
a guitar
anything
class
like
in
that.
grade 10 actually one semester.
I was like I remember in grade 7, a little bit of a funny story. I was in my public school. Probably for you too, if you were in Calgary at this time, I don't know. I had to you either had to take band or you had to take French. That was like an options
really?
class but French, like, it was like once a week class. But like so the first time I was like, my first grade 7 year, I was like, okay, I'll take French, whatever. I'm not doing band. I'm not like good enough. I can't play an instrument for my life. And I took French and I was so bad at it. Like, I didn't learn a thing. Couldn't do it. My mom like had to force them to like get
Switch
me
you?
to not put me in either of them. So I had to do 2 option classes instead of 1, but I had to get out of that. So no, I can't do anything like that, but I would say maybe I'm a good golfer.
Yeah, Smitty's a good golfer.
So something like that.
Nice.
I love that.
I think that's a pretty good spot to end this one. Ulmer, Smitty, thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. This has been the Gloves Odd podcast. I think we're on like episode 10. I don't even know at this point. We've done a lot. But I'm Max Malec.
I'm Elle McKenzie.
Thank you so much for listening.